Hello, welcome to another day in the life of TLE. Um, I was kind of contemplating on whether or not I would do a video today because I wasn't feeling my best. And lately I've been having quite a few of those days. Um, I think a part of it is just normal fatigue, and that's related to the illness or perhaps the wear and tear on my body. And then um, the fact that I moved and have been packing and unpacking and wrapping my mind around all of that, as well as not necessarily getting as much sleep as I want to get for a while. And also, my neuropathy symptoms have been really, really persistent lately. So I've had quite a bit of pain in my feet, hands, and in my knees. Actually, I woke up, I believe, Sunday with all types of pain. And so today is Monday, and my hand is hurting right now, and my feet are hurting. So my plans for today was to go out and take care of some business, and I decided to stay in and kind of take it easy. So in lieu of that, I decided to do a video just to make me feel like I was doing something productive. If things get a little better, I may still go out and take care of some of the things that I need to take care of, and then I'll do the rest on tomorrow. But anywho, today I think I'm going to talk about the expectations that others will have for you, regarding you, concerning you, when you're going through an illness or any crisis or traumatic experience. I've learned that people sometimes, out of ignorance, are a bit insensitive, or just may or may not be even aware that you're limited, and that your capacity to handle or do things have been changed or altered due to the crisis or illness that one could have encountered. So I learned this especially a couple of years ago when I was in grad school. I had lost my sister, and physically, I believe I was ill, and I didn't know it at the time. I believe that's when all of the cancer stuff started happening. But what I do remember during that time is feeling like the world or people around me had expectations of me, and always feeling like I couldn't meet them. And there are times where people would corner me or have a meeting with me or a one-on-one and just sit down and talk and say, when will you be able to do this? And this is what you need to do. And this is what I'm expecting from you. And this is what I need for you to do. And I remember countless numbers of times talking to these people and saying, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do what you want me to do. I don't even know if I'm physically capable of doing that. And a lot of it is not always physical, but sometimes it's emotional, and most importantly, mentally. There are times where you just can't process and or think and or form the words or the things that you need to say to make other people happy. And so I remember one conversation I remember talking to my dean, and I was telling her about a situation at a job of mine, and saying to her, I feel like no one understands the fact that I'm not able to do 100% right now. And I remember how it really bothered me. And so I had to make up my mind, although that was um, a bit alarming because I've always been very driven and I've always been in a place where I could get through what I feel like whatever situation that I had to get through. And so this is the first time in my life where I felt like that wasn't happening. So that was really scary for me. So so I remember again just feeling sorry about that. But also I remember empowering myself inwardly by saying it's okay that you don't meet their expectations, and it's okay that you're not able to communicate and or commit to a timeline or their timeline because you're doing the best that you can. So while that was freeing in some regards, it was also a burden that I had to embrace as well as grow into. And so from that, I say that if anyone may be able to relate or may actually be going through something like that right now, I just want to encourage you to hang in there, say no, and or say that you're not sure. It is also important to try to meet whatever obligation that you commit to. It's not a path to just be careless in life, but there is a such thing as realizing your limitations, and it's okay to have them. You're human. And that will bring me to my next point, which is I've learned over time that we all have some areas in our life that we are very gifted in or maybe more patient in, and whereas the next person may not be. And so some of the things that I do really well is I am an excellent listener. I listen to people. I enjoy listening to people. And not only do I listen well, I'm able to really dig in and pull things out that I feel like the average person may or may not pull out of a situation or a conversation. So I think that's just a God-given gift. And I'm also very gifted with helping people, and that's something that I enjoy and love doing. Nevertheless, I've realized this some time ago, that in many cases, not only do we allow other people to abuse our gifts or the things that we do well, we also abuse them ourselves. And so while it is true that I am very gifted when it comes to helping and listening, there are times where I take on too much. I'm listening to too much, or I'm trying to help too many, or I'm doing too much. And so at times I feel like other people should see that I've reached my capacity or that I'm on overload, but it's really not their responsibility, it's mine. And so not only do we allow other people to abuse our gifts, most commonly, I think we abuse them ourselves. And so if you don't have boundaries and you don't have healthy, accountable partnerships or relationships that would help you to stay in tune to self-care, then it is likely that you may end up in situations like that. And so I just got a text message from someone, and I had to remind myself this morning that while they are in the middle of a crisis and they're afraid and they're not sure and they have uncertainties, I have them as well. And while I do care about them and I have nothing but good intentions, or I hope and wish them nothing but well intentions, I cannot take on their burden right now because, again, my burden bag is pretty full, and it's okay to say that, it's okay to own that, and it's okay to love people from the space that you can. And if that means that they will get upset with you, or they feel like you're not embracing them or you're not there for them, you may not be able to be there for them. And it is good to communicate that and not carry it, because it's not your burden to carry, and you can't allow people to put that type of burden on you. And that happened to me with this same individual, and it's been going on for a couple of years actually, and I carried that for a while, and so now I'm just like, I can't carry this with you. And so while our needs are different, and while our needs are on different ends of the spectrum, and I say that because sometimes there are holes and there are messes that we make for ourselves, and we have to deal with them. And then there are times where unexpected things happen, like illnesses or deaths, and so those things you have no control over. And while they are equally taxing or demanding, no one should make either party feel bad about their situations. But even with that, you have to know that it's not your responsibility to carry someone else's burden, especially if you feel like they're trying to put it on you or pull more from you than you have to give. You have a limited amount of resources within yourself, and use them wisely. So that would be my encouragement today. Just know your limitations, know your gifts, and use them wisely. And if you find that you have a hard time with that, link up with someone who will help you to be accountable to yourself first and then others. And that's all I have to say about that. See you next time. Thanks.